Hey everyone, it's Mr. Humble. Welcome back to the channel. We're back with another episode of our Poker Bankroll Challenge. To catch you up, this challenge started with just a $125 deposit on PokerStars. Right now, we're grinding the microstakes and trying to build the bankroll up little by little. Coming into this episode, we're still on a pretty big downswing. 3 losing sessions in a row. Can we turn it around? Find out in this episode. The current bankroll sits at $224.79. We have to stick to solid fundamentals, trust the process, and play one hand at a time. All right, let's jump into some sessions. Okay, first relevant hand. Not the most interesting, but I put it in here. The cutoff limps. On the button is the one spot I will limp, so I limp, and the big blind checks. The flop is Jack of clubs, 10 of diamonds, 2 of hearts. Big blind checks. And now cutoff bets 1.7 big blinds. For some reason, I decide to float here. With the guy behind me, I should fold. But I do call, and the big blind calls. Turn is a 6 of spades. It checks all the way through, and now the river comes the ace of hearts. Big blind checks, and now cutoff bets half pot. I hit top pair, so I call, and the big blind folds. Cutoff shows 10-4 of clubs, and we win our first hand. Simple hand, but it's good to start out with a win, especially with our downswing right now. Now I'm on the button with a beautiful hand, ace queen of diamonds. The hijack limps, and I bump it up to 5 big blinds, and the hijack calls. The flop comes 10 of clubs, 10 of spades, jack of diamonds. Villain checks, and I see bet for 30% pot, and villain calls. The turn is great, the king of diamonds, but now the hijack leads out for over pot, 20 big blinds. I have 2 choices here, to just call, and hopefully he barrels the river, or jam all in. I decide to jam, because if he has a 10, or maybe even king jack, he still has some outs. Like if he has 10-9, he can boat up or hit a straight. If I just call and the river comes 2 of spades, and he checks, and I go all in, he may find a fold, especially if it's a diamond. So like I said, I jam. He thinks for a while. But he calls, and he has queen of clubs, 10 of diamonds. That's actually the exact kind of hand I was targeting. Because even if he thought I had a straight, he did have some outs for either a chop or a boat. River comes to 7 of clubs, we hold, and finally win a big one. Now I'm on the small blind with 9 of diamonds, 9 of spades. Button opens big to 3.5 big blinds. I'm in the small blind, so I like to play 3-bet or fold, so I 3-bet to 12 big blinds, and button calls. The flop comes 8 of spades, king of diamonds, 6 of clubs. I decide to represent the king and c-bet 30% pot, but the button calls. Turn is the queen of clubs. I don't like it. Usually when people call 3-bets, they have suited broadways, so I check. Button bets half pot, and I lay it down. Honestly, this annoyed me. I don't think I'm going to 3-bet pocket 9s anymore. Overcard's always come and it feels like I'm just set mining. Now we're 4-handed and I'm first to act and open the 2.5 big blinds with ace 5 of clubs. And the big blind defends. The flop comes 8 of diamonds, queen of spades, 8 of spades. The villain checks and I c-bet half pot. Now the villain min raises to 5.8 big blinds. This feels like a queen to me, but I'm still going to call and keep him honest. Maybe I'll hit an ace. So I do. Turn is the ace of hearts. Now the villain checks. So I'm thinking maybe he did have air and my ace high is best, but I still check back. River is the 2 of clubs. And now villain bets out half pot. Since he checked the turn, I decided to call. And it was a great play by my opponent. He has queen 9 of diamonds and got max value from me. I should have just folded the flop. Now somehow we're only 3-handed. It's annoying this site lets people sit out for so long. I'm in the big blind and now I get ace of spades, ace of clubs. The button folds. And the small blind completes. I raise it up to 3 big blinds, and villain calls. Flop comes 6 of clubs, ace of hearts, 9 of clubs. Villain checks, and since I blocked top pair, I check back. Turn is a 6 of diamonds. Now small blind bets out half pot. I have to try to get some value. I raise to 12.2 big blinds, and the villain calls. River is a 10 of clubs. Villain checks, and I go all in for 47.7 big blinds. This is a bad play by me. I got greedy. I should have bet like half pot. Villain does tank for a while though, but he lets it go. But we win a medium-sized pot. Now I'm on the button with ace of clubs, 10 of spades, low jack limps, hijack limps, and I bump it up to 5 big blinds. The low jack and hijack call. Flop comes 9 of hearts, 3 of clubs, 4 of clubs. It checks to me, and with nothing, I decide to check back. Turn is the ace of diamonds. Low jack checks, and now hijack bets half pot. I hit top pair, so I obviously call. and low jack folds. River is the 8 of spades. Hijack bets half pot again. I'm not really feeling great about it, but I'm just hoping he has a weaker ace, so I call. But of course, villain had ace 9, 2 pair, and we lose a medium-sized pot. Now this hand happens. I'm on the hijack with king of clubs, king of spades, and open to 3 big blinds. It folds around to the big blind, and I'm praying to get a call. But then he jams all in for 74.3 big blinds. I snap call, and villain has queen of diamonds, jack of clubs.
What are you doing?
He does hit a queen on the flop, but we hold. I swear, I only win monster pots when people just completely punt off to me. But I'll take it. After that big hand, we get off, and this is a new session on a new day. And I'm in the cutoff with queen of clubs, queen of spades, and open to 2.5 big blinds. Villain in the small blind 3-bets me to 9 big blinds. I've never seen this player 3-bet, so my gut is he has aces, kings, or ace-king. Plus, I really don't have a 4-bet range. I over 3-bet, but I under 4-bet. So I just call. Flop comes jack of hearts, 7 of diamonds, 9 of hearts. The villain c-bets for 13 big blinds. So in my mind, this is either value with aces or kings, or a bluff with ace-king, so I call. Turn is a 5 of clubs, and now the villain checks. So in my mind, he had ace-king. I can't check back and let an overcard come, so I bet half pot. Unfortunately, villain folds, but we start out with a good one. Next hand, I'm in the low jack with king 10 of diamonds and open to 2.5 big blinds. The button, whose name is Irate2, if you watched the last episode, is our mortal enemy. He beat us for a couple key pots. He calls and the big blind defends. Flop comes king of hearts, 4 of hearts, 9 of hearts. The big blind checks, and I see bet 30% pot. The button calls, and the big blind folds. So now I'm heads up with our main villain. The turn is the 8 of hearts. Of course, a 4th heart comes out there, so I check, and villain checks back. River is the 10 of clubs. Maybe I should have tried the bluff out here, but I check. He checks back, and he beats me with ace of diamonds, king of spades. That's what I mean. I don't even think he's a good player. He doesn't 3-bet on the button with ace-king. I don't like talking down about any player, but it's infuriating. I just can't beat this guy. And then this hand happens with him. I'm in the small blind with 2 of hearts, 2 of spades. Cut off our main villain limps. I'm in the small blind. Usually I 3-bet or fold, but it's a limp, and with pocket 2s, I'm just set mining, so I just complete, and big blind checks. Flop comes king of hearts, 2 of clubs, 5 spades. We hit our set. So I'm thinking it's time for revenge. I'm finally going to get this guy, right? I check, big blind checks, and cut off bets full pot. I call and the big blind calls. Turn is a queen of diamonds. I check, playing the check raise and make my move. But then the big blind checks and the cutoff checks. So I'm sick. River is the 6 of clubs. I can't let it check through again. So I bet out full pot around 11 blinds. Big blind folds. And now our main villain raises to 43.2 big blinds. And I'm thinking, no way he has 3-4 here and he just hit the straight. And I know this guy doesn't have any river bluffs. So I'm thinking I'm probably losing. But he limps all kinds of hands. So he could have king 2, queen 5, king 5, and just overvaluing his hand, because I have seen him do that. So I flick in the call, and of course he has 6 of hearts, 6 of spades.
You can't keep getting away with this! He can't keep getting away with it!
I just can't beat this guy. And then after that, as I'm topping off, he leaves the table, which pisses me off more. So I actually leave that table and find him at another table. And it was good. I actually got to see him get stacked. As you see, he only has 35 big blinds. He overvalued trips and lost to a flush. So that made me feel a little better. But then I feel great when I see ace of diamonds, ace of clubs in the hijack and open the 2.5 big blinds. Our villain in the small blind calls, and the big blind calls. The flop comes 6 of clubs, ace of hearts, jack of diamonds. Beautiful. Top set. It checks to me. Sometimes I would check back top set because I block top pair, but this time I just decided to bet small. I bet 30% pot. Our main villain folds, but then big blind raises to 4.2 big blinds. So I'm thinking this is great and don't want to blow him off the hand. I just call. Turn is the 6 of hearts. And now the big blind checks. So I'm a little worried he was making a move but doesn't have anything. So I bet just 30% pot again to try to keep his jack X in the hand. But then he raises me again to 11 big blinds. I'm not scared of anything. I have the basic nuts besides pocket 6s. So I just call. River is a 10 of diamonds. And now the villain bets 19 big blinds. I obviously jam all in, and he actually snap calls. He has Jack 6 of spades, so that's just a cooler. Nothing villain can do about that. But at least we win a big one to end the night and get some of our money back that we lost to our main villain. Alright, that's going to wrap up the episode. Let's crunch the numbers and calculate the results. We started this session with $224.79, and we're ending at $237.59, locking up a profit of $12.80. Now, it's not a massive score, but after a downswing, hopefully we can start gaining some momentum and stop the bleeding. Do me a favor, like the video, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button to support the channel. It really helps me out. And as always, this is Mr. Humble Poker. Stay humble, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.